If you've ever tried to create a landing page in minutes using Claude, you probably typed out one big prompt. You got a wall of HTML back, and then you thought, okay, this is fine, but it doesn't really feel like it would convince anyone to do anything. And yeah, you would be right. Because here's the thing that most people miss. Landing pages don't fail because they look bad. They fail because they don't move people. And no single prompt, no matter how detailed, is going to fix that on its own. The creators and the freelancers who are actually building pages that do convert and are getting paid well to do it, well, they're not prompting differently. They're thinking differently. They treat a landing page like a series of sections, each with one specific job. And they build it that way, piece by piece. And that's exactly what we're doing today. One blank canvas, a handful of focused prompts, and by the end of this video, you're gonna have a complete B2B SaaS landing page that actually looks polished, reads sharp, and is ready to use as a template for your own projects or hand off to a client. Now, if you do want to master AI tools and you do want to learn how to build profitable SaaS apps, websites, AI agents, and mobile apps with AI, of course, I've created a complete masterclass that shows you exactly how to do all of this step by step. Now, my masterclass normally costs $499 to join, but since you are watching this video, thank you very much for your time. You can join completely free. Just check out that link in the description below to get free access to my masterclass, and you too can start building your own AI-powered business today. Now, the first thing I want to do is make sure that we're using the right model. Inside of Base 44, you're going to find the model selector here in the AI chat panel. I'm going to open it up, switch over to Claude, and make sure it's active before I type anything else. I always do this first because it does make a noticeable difference, especially for landing pages like the one that we're building here today. Now, Claude is much better at handling structured layouts and conversion-focused copy. So the first draft usually just comes out much closer to what we actually want. And that is especially important here for a B2B SaaS landing page. Every headline, every section, every call to action button needs to speak to operations teams in a clear, convincing way. And Claude generally does a much better job understanding that kind of context, which means less time fixing the page later on. So Claude is selected and we are ready to jump into the first section. And now we're ready to build the first section of the landing page, and it is easily the most important one because you can have amazing features, you can have great testimonials and perfect pricing even. But if the hero section does not grab someone's attention right away, most people will not stick around long enough to see any of it. So for a B2B SaaS product like Flowsync, the hero section needs to communicate the outcome, not just list down features. Someone landing on the page should be able to quickly understand who the product is for, what problem it solves, and what action to take next. So here's the prompt I'm going to use. Build the hero section of a landing page for a B2B SaaS company called Flowsync that helps operations teams automate their internal workflow. The hero should have a bold headline that communicates the core benefit, a supporting subheading that clarifies what the product does, and a single primary call to action button that says start free trial. Use a dark navy background with electric blue as the accent color and make the overall aesthetic feel premium and enterprise grade. Build only the hero section, no other features. So I'm going to send that prompt over, and after a few moments, as you can see, Base 44 generates the hero section, and right away we have a bold headline that clearly communicates the main benefit, a supporting subheadline here that explains what Flowsync actually does, and a single start free trial button that gives visitors one clear next step. So keeping just one primary call to action, or CTA, is important because giving people too many choices at the top of the page usually just hurts conversions. The dark navy background with the electric blue accents also gives the page a polished enterprise feel, which is exactly the direction we want for this audience. And since the hero establishes both the messaging and the visual style, getting it right now makes every section we build after this just feel much more cohesive and saves us time from having to make bigger design changes later on. So the hero section gets someone's attention, yes, but attention alone does not lead to conversions. People also need a reason to believe this product is relevant to them. And that starts by showing you understand the problems that they're trying to solve. So let's go ahead and build that into our page. I'm gonna have Base44 write a section that clearly defines the problem first, then introduces Flowsync as the solution. So here's the prompt I'm going to use. Add a problem and solution section below the hero. The problem should describe the pain of managing disconnected workflows across multiple tools, missed handoffs, and wasted hours on manual coordination. The solution should position Flowsync as the single system that connects every workflow and eliminates manual work. Keep the copy concise and make sure it feels written for operations managers and team leads. Build only this section, nothing else. So I'm going to send that over, and once Base44 finishes generating the section, the messaging is much more targeted. It opens by describing problems operations managers and team leads deal with every day, like disconnected workflows, missed handoffs, and hours lost to manual coordination. Now, calling out those specific pain points makes it clear the page is written for a particular audience rather than trying to appeal to everyone else. So the solution follows by presenting Flowsync as the system that connects every workflow and also eliminates all of the manual work behind those frustrations. And so it comes across as a direct answer to the problem instead of a generic description of another workflow tool, making the value proposition here much more credible. We've already shown people what problem Flowsync solves, so the next thing that I want to build here is the features section. And one thing that I always keep in mind here is that naming a feature is not enough. Someone evaluating software wants to know how it's actually going to help them. So every feature should be paired with a clear benefit. And here's what I'm going to ask Base44 to generate. Add a features and benefits section below the problem and solution section. Include 4 feature cards. The first is automated workflow builder with the benefit of building complex workflows in minutes without any coding. The second is real-time team visibility with the benefit of seeing every task and handoff across the entire team in one view. The third is smart notifications with the benefit of the right people getting alerted at exactly the right moment automatically. And the fourth is seamless integrations with the benefit of connecting Flowsync to the tools the team already uses in one click. Use icons and keep each description to 2 sentences. And there you go. The new section now here is added as 4 feature cards with icons. And each card pairs a feature with the benefit it provides, making it much easier to understand why that feature actually matters. So for example here, automated workflow builder isn't presented as just another capability. No, it's immediately tied to building complex workflows in minutes without any coding. And then the other 3 cards follow the same approach, keeping the focus on the outcome rather than simply listing what the product can do. And keeping everything in a simple card layout also helps because visitors can scan the section quickly, and 4 cards provide enough information to show what Flowsync offers without having to overwhelm someone who's seeing this product for their very first time. But here's the thing, and as you've seen, Base44 is incredibly powerful, but also most people don't know how to use it properly because they end up building basic apps that don't make any money or websites that can't even convert. So that's exactly why I created my own complete Base44 Masterclass. Inside of my course, I'm going to show you step by step how to build profitable SaaS businesses, high converting websites, and mobile apps, all using AI with 0 coding required. You're going to learn how to build AI agents that solve real problems and generate recurring revenue. Also, the exact prompts and strategies that I use myself to create professional websites in minutes, and how to clone successful apps and also add your own profitable twist. And finally, my proven system for turning Base44 projects into actual income streams. This is not just theory. I'm going to walk you through real builds. I'm going to show you my exact process, and I'll give you the templates and the frameworks that have already helped my students launch their own successful AI-powered businesses too. And again, my masterclass normally costs $499 to join, but only for the people who are taking the time to watch this video. Thank you so much. You can join completely free. So if you're serious seriously here about building something profitable with AI in 2026, you gotta click that link in the description below to join my Base 44 Masterclass, because I'm telling you, your future self would thank you for taking action today instead of just watching another tutorial after this one. Now, one thing that stops a lot of people from trying new software is the assumption that it's going to be complicated to set up. Even if they like everything that they've seen so far, they can still hesitate if they think getting started will take hours. And that's why I like adding a simple how it works section at this point in our page. So the prompt for this section is add a how it works section below the features section. Show 3 steps. Step 1 is connect your tools where the user links their existing apps to Flowsync in minutes. Step 2 is build your workflow, where they map out their process using the visual drag and drop builder. Step 3 is let it run, where Flowsync automates every handoff and keeps the team moving without manual follow-up. So make the steps feel simple and achievable for a non-technical operations manager. And once Base 44 updates the page with that prompt, the process is now broken down into 3 clearly labeled steps. It starts by connecting existing tools, then moves into building a workflow with visual drag and drop builder, and then finishes things off by showing how Flowsync automates the process afterwards. So the progression here is straightforward and easy to follow, which is exactly what we want for someone seeing the product for the first time. I also like where this section sits on the page, because visitors have already seen what Flowsync does and how it can help. Showing how simple it is to get started naturally just leads into the testimonials that come next, where they'll see how other teams are already using it successfully. So at this stage, the landing page already explains what Flowsync does and how it works. What's missing is the proof. So since we are asking businesses to trust this product with their team's workflows, I don't really want the page relying only on its own claim. So I'm going to use this prompt. Add a social proof section below the how it works section. Include 3 testimonials complete with comprehensive feedback about the company. Display the name, the title, and company for each testimonial. And after that update, the page now includes 3 testimonials, each showing the person's name, their title, and their company. And I like that they're written for 3 different roles as well: a head of operations, a project manager, and a COO. So those are exactly the kinds of people we'd expect to evaluate a product like Flowsync. Another detail worth pointing out is that the testimonials focus on specific results instead of broader statements, because that makes them just much more convincing than something generic like great product or amazing service. So small details like that go a longer way towards making the landing page more believable. Now, a lot of landing pages lose momentum once people reach the pricing section, because if the plans are confusing or difficult to compare, then visitors just end up spending more time figuring out the pricing than thinking about whether the product is right for them. So I want to keep this part as simple as possible. So for the pricing section here, I'm using this prompt. Add a pricing section below the social proof section. Include 3 tiers: the starter tier at $49 per month, the growth tier at $149 per month, and enterprise tier that should say to contact us. Include comprehensive info about each tier. And then a few seconds later, our pricing section is added with all 3 plans laid out side by side. And as you can see, the growth tier is clearly highlighted, so it naturally becomes the first option people notice, while still making it easy to compare against the starter and enterprise plans. And another nice touch here is the no credit card required note on both the starter and growth tiers. It is a small detail, but it does make trying the product out just feel like a much lower risk decision, which is exactly what you want for a free trial. Now, there's one last piece that I want to add before calling the landing page finished, and some visitors will scroll all the way to the bottom without ever clicking any of the buttons along the way. So I do want to give them one final opportunity to take action without introducing anything new. And here's the prompt. Add a final call to action section at the bottom of the page with a bold closing headline that reinforces the core benefit of Flowsync, a short supporting sentence, and a prominent start free trial button. And below that, add a clean footer with navigation links for product, pricing, about, and contact. The Flowsync logo on the left, social media icons on the right, and a copyright notice and privacy policy link at the very bottom. After the update, the landing page is now complete, The closing call to action reinforces the main benefit of Flowsync and gives visitors another clear start free trial button after they've had a chance to actually read through everything else. And now the footer also includes all of the pieces that you would expect to see on a professional SaaS website. And that includes navigation links for product, pricing, about, and contact, of course, the Flowsync logo, social media icons, and the copyright notice and privacy policy. So details like these really help make the product look more complete and give people the information that they would expect before recommending a tool like this to the rest of their team. Now, scrolling from the hero section up top all the way down to the footer, every single part of the page has a clear purpose. The message builds naturally from one section to the next, so the entire landing page comes together as one cohesive experience rather than a collection of unrelated sections. Let's take one final look here now at the finished landing page, and starting at the top, the hero section immediately explains what Flowsync does and gives our visitors a clear start free trial button. Now, the problem and solution section next follows by identifying the challenges that operations teams might already deal with and introducing Flowsync as the answer. Next comes the features section, which focuses on the practical benefits of the product, followed by the 3-step walkthrough that shows how simple it actually is to get started. And then further down, the testimonials add credibility from people in relevant leadership roles, and the pricing section as well gives visitors clear options without making comparisons difficult. And then the page finishes with one last call to action and a clean footer that includes everything that you would expect from a professional SaaS website. Now, one thing I like about building this way is that every section has a specific purpose. Nothing is there just to fill in space. The order also matters because each section answers a different question as someone moves through the page, which then makes the path to the free trial button just feel a lot more natural. And this structure works especially well for B2B SaaS products like Flowsync, but it's just as effective for other software products and online services where the goal really is getting people to sign up or book a demo. And so the entire landing page here came together through 7 focus prompts, and that's much easier to manage than trying to generate everything in a single one big prompt request. And once the page goes live, I'd start testing things like the headline, the call to action copy, or pricing presentation to see what drives more conversions. It's small changes in these areas that can often make a noticeable difference over time. If there's one thing that I would recommend taking away from this build, from this video, it's to resist the urge to generate an entire landing page in one prompt. So breaking it down into focus sections gives you much more control over the final result, because now every single part of the page has a specific job and can be refined without affecting everything else. Another habit also that's worth developing is being as specific as possible about who you're writing for. The more clearly that we can describe the audience in our prompts, then the more relevant the headlines, the copy, and overall messaging become. And that one change alone can make a noticeable difference in the quality of what Base 44 generates. But there's also a real business opportunity here. A B2B SaaS landing page like the one that we just built today is the kind of project a traditional agency could charge anywhere from, say, $2,000 to $5,000 for. And then being able to create something comparable in just a single session really gives you a valuable service that you can also offer as a freelancer. So from here, you could expand this landing page into a complete website by adding pages like about, contact, or resources, or even turn it into a full sales funnel with additional landing pages designed for different campaigns and audiences. Now, hopefully this showed you that building high quality landing pages does not have to be complicated at all, because with the right prompting approach and a structured workflow, you too can create polished conversion-focused pages much faster than most people expect. I want to thank you for watching and investing your time with me today. I'll see you at the next one. And that's everything you need to build a high converting landing page in Base 44. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next build.